Coach, how are you doing, my brother?
I can't complain, sir. How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Yes, sir.
1-1 draw here. What were your thoughts on the game?
I think it was scrappy, eh? First 10, 15, 20 minutes. There was not a lot of composure on the ball. But I think because of the type of team we played against, because we know they rely heavily on going route one and play on the second ball. So we just needed to be more calmer. There were moments where you could see once we started being calmer on the ball, chances were being created. We went 1-0 up. We could have gone 2-3-0 up with the chances we had in the first half. But then again, I guess it's what we cry about the South Africa yonke leyo ukuthi score. But we have to work on it and help the players. That's why you hear we don't even fight with any players on the bench. We just have to help them grow as players, and we take it from there.
Coach, in terms of your system and tactics today, which system did you use and how did you execute it?
We wanted to go with a 4-3-3, but a 4-3-3 that changes into a 4-4-2 because they rely heavily on going with the long ball. So it means they have more numbers in midfield going up front. So if we win the first ball, second ball, then if we have the two up front, if the midfielder bypasses the press from them, then it means we have more room now in the attacking third. So it's better if you have two players and the wingers supporting closer, then it helps you create chances. So we looked at it in that sense. They overloaded the midfield. At some point they had four in there, and it was a bit scrappy, but we are fortunate we have a girl like Major who was wearing number 6. He's a workaholic, that one. He's able to cover a lot of distance. So that didn't deter us much. With them, it's just dealing with the long ball. First ball, second ball. We dealt with it the whole week. That's why we look at it and say it's an improvement. We say it's an improvement on the players because last time we played this team, we lost 5-0 and we only had 8 players on the day. So today we said, now we have 11, let's see. And what can happen from there.
Coach, the league is coming to an end.
Yes.
And we are wrapping up now. Hence, we played 2 games this weekend. Yes. How did you manage the loading of the players?
Well, once the schedule changed to 2 games, I think it's only been 2 games for this month, the whole September and then the first week of October. So we've changed the schedule even in training. We normally train Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're off Thursday, Friday, going into the game over the weekend. So now we had to change that and say instead of 4 days, we're coming in 3 days, but we come in Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in preparation for Saturday and Sunday, and we give the players an extra 1-2 days off so they can just recover, because it's crazy. We played with 11 yesterday. We play with 11 today. 2 players who were not here yesterday are here today. 2 players who were here yesterday are not here today. So it's just the case. We know the story. We keep going and we don't complain about it.
Coach, in terms of the season now, like I said, it's coming to an end. I know I used to look at the clock. Didn't start well. You were there in the relegation zone. Now you've just moved up a bit. You are safe from relegation.
Yeah.
But what is your overall assessment of the season you've had?
Considering our off-the-field issues, our first target was to save the status. Mainly because we're working with players who, majority of them, have never even played football before. So we started the campaign off. In the first round, the entire first round, I think we only played 2 games with the 10 or 11 players. The other games, it was 8, 9, because we have 3 or 4 working players. So when they can't make it, that's why even when we play our home games, we move them to Sunday. At least on Sunday, we can at least make sure we get at least 10. But the girls have given an immense effort, because we got points even when we were playing with 8. And they were showing signs that they are willing to fight, but it's not conducive to say you want to play 30 games with 8 players. They are not going to last. I mean, we have one girl who was sitting outside with a blue cap. I'm sure you saw her. She's our left back normally, Marcelo. Got injured in game number 18. The legs just gave up, and it's part of it. We take it. It's been a learning experience. The team is still relatively new. I mean, it's our 3rd season, 3rd full season in the SAFA Tshwane League. So we've gathered enough data. And with the talks that are happening behind the scenes, things are looking up, and next year might be a better year for us.
Like you say, you came in wanting to save the status. That is done. Now we're just going to wrap up the league and obviously go to the break, make preparations. What are the things that you think you need to improve on to ensure that next season is not only about surviving relegation, but it's about competing?
I think that one can be answered in twofold. One, if we get the necessary support and we are able to bring in the players that we think we can bring in. Of course, quality is always required in football, and that will help us immensely. Everyone can tell you in this league, the league position is not a true reflection of what has gone on in the season. You saw today the chances that we miss. We miss those things week in, week out, and it's how it is. Preparing for 2023. League ends next week, 1 and 2 October. So we are coming back on the 8th of October with the entire team to go on our season review with the players. Obviously, players that we have here, we are still assessing in terms of who might be staying, who we are not keeping. We've already made a few signings. We won't mention who yet, but we've made 2, 3, 4 signings that are willing to come on board. And preparations will then take us into coming back officially on the training pitch for pre-season end of October, first week November, but we'll only be training maybe 3 times a week just to play a tournament in December and to bring the squad together. And we come back officially in January. I think we'll be back on the 12th, if I'm not mistaken. The 12th of January is a Saturday. That's when we'll come back officially, because the league will obviously kick off in March as it normally does.
Coach, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it, and we hope what you've achieved this season in terms of saving the status will encourage the girls and propel the team into competing next season. Competing for playoff position.
No, that's what we're all fighting for. And okuningi sokushiya ezandleni zakaNkulunkulu. But to you too, Tibos, man, you do an amazing job. I think, we talk every time. You do an absolutely amazing job, Tibos, and keep it up. Guazbani, next year when you come, you won't be coming to Zambia on a proper carpet. But no, on a serious note, Tibos, we appreciate your support, man. Without you, it doesn't give us any other motivation. The players as well, we always tell them this is about them. Us as coaches, we can only work in training. At match days, it's about them. We are only supporters on match days, and that's how we are, and we take it from there. But thanks a lot to us.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, sir.